Welcome, 49er faithful. The Niners have advanced to the NFC Championship game yet again. We are off to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles after dispatching the Dallas Cowboys in a tight matchup. I am talking tight, T-I-G-H-T, with an exclamation point in there. If you were not sweating in that one, you are a more adept fan than I am. That one had me, let's just say, puckered up in the end. Man, down to the wire, 49ers take this one 19-12, a defensive showdown for the most part. Just from the outset, both defenses, heavyweights coming out, each coach going a bit conservative, not wanting to make the mistake that cost you the game. The 49ers absolutely doing what needed to be done in the second half. I won't go so far as to say that we broke Dallas the way in which we tended to break other teams, but we certainly broke loose from that tie that we were in. It was just enough to sway the tide in the favor of the 49er faithful. I want to get into the comments here. I appreciate all of you that are in the chat and have been since the beginning. Jan coming in. Let's fucking go. Purdy Niners, baby. Blue Soldier here in the chat. Can't wait to see Skip Bayless's face tomorrow. Skip is going to cry a little bit. He's probably going to talk about the refs. He's probably going to say the refs didn't do Dallas any favors. And there's some validity to that. The refs certainly called more on Dallas. I would argue they were fitting penalties, and Dallas was the less talented team, had to go to the penalty route. Andre Moore coming in, sneakerhead here on the channel. Go Niners. Close game as expected. Defense rules. It was phenomenal. Jan saying, hey, not going to lie, that D-line didn't make things easy. No, the Cowboys were ferocious on defense. Raphael, 562 Niners, sneakerhead here on the channel. Good evening, Rob, sneakerheads, and everyone. Hello, Raphael. Niners, faithful, 5. Let's fucking go. BK from the Bay, a phenomenal win. It is a dub. E. Kim, good to see you here. Peter Lee, Skip Bayless, so quiet, LOL. Buck Bubik coming in. Let's go. All right, we got the super chat. Bringing in the super chat. Raphael, 562 Niners, sneakerhead here on the channel. Dallas lost to a rookie quarterback. Yes, they did. It's going to be rough. I mean, let's give them credit for the game that they played. Dallas was the most ferocious opponent that we have come up against this season. I think it's going to be an equally tough matchup next week. But Dallas, to this point, other than Kansas City, really the only team that I look at as being close to what we are as far as talent on the team. Johnny Robinson going a little dark here, Dallas fans. Are feeling bad. Feeling bad, let's say. Alan Eliza, sneakerhead here on the channel. I told you 38 would get a pick today. You did. Alan absolutely predicted that Diamador Lenore would have a pick in this game, and he sure did. I put that thing on the thumbnail for this video, Alan. The thumbnail to this video is a tribute to you and Diamador Lenore. You for calling it, Demo for picking it off. Jan coming in. Hey, 70-0, just like I predicted. Perfect. Perfect prediction. Terry Wright coming in. Let's fucking go. Eagles better be ready to get hit in the mouth. How physical of a game was this? Really, really physical. Like in 4647 with the super chat coming in. Bring on the Eagles. This is our year, faithful. It feels like one of those special teams. Let's march on out into Philadelphia, punch them in the mouth just as hard as we hit Dallas. I think if we do so, we've got every chance to wind up in that Super Bowl, sweet, sweet Super Bowl victory. Thomas Luttrell coming in. Rob Schuh, George Kittle, save me from having a complete meltdown. How about them Niners? How about George Kittle's freaking catch? That was absurd. I loved watching that over and over and over again on replay on the big ass screen. Just seeing him tip, eyes never leave the football. The focus on his face is amazing. Just as he catches it on his fingertips, he pulls it in while the safety breezes by within inches. A game of inches, and Kittle came down with that one. It was absolutely critical at that moment. Kurt Papatakis, sneakerhead here on the channel. Literally one of the best things, beating the Cowboys. beating the Seahawks, sending them home, beating the Cowboys, sending them home. Yes, those are phenomenal outcomes that make me very, very happy. Very happy. Briz coming in, bang, bang, Niner gang. Nikki D, oh man, survive and advance just like March Madness. That is all that you need to do. Survive and advance because it's win or go home. Eric Chavez coming in. Let's fucking go. We the best. We the best. Ravens 76. Be more. Are you over for San Francisco now that Baltimore's out? Man, I'm telling you, that was a tragic game there. That pick right there at the goal line. I was rooting for Baltimore in that. He says, congrats, 49ers Nation. I can't wait to see Stephen A. clown the Cowboys fans. He really is going to go off. Steve-O Supremo calling it the catch 3. Did he give that football to Jerry Rice after catching it? Is that what I saw on the last replay that they showed? Kittle catching it and then running over to Jerry and handing over the football? Unbelievable. X-Burner 361, Dak for 49ers MVP. Shots fired at Dak. Chris Ray coming in with the super chat says, how much do you love a 49ers win against the Cowboys? I absolutely love a 49ers win against the Cowboys. Did anyone get this score right? We had a mug on the line. Did anybody guess 19-12? Man, if you did get 19-12 and you are owed a mug, you just tell me what episode you said it in, and I will go find that and mail you out a mug so that you too can cheers the 49ers. Oregon Life, shout out to my Oregon fellow 49er faithful. He says, fucking awesome. Big shout out to our D. Let's fucking go. How about that Purdy kid, huh? Woo! Yeah, indeed. Purdy looking pretty good. The Dallas fans are sad. They are sad. I'm not going to kick them while they're down, though. Randall Riley, yay. Purdy did great. Yes, he did. I didn't yell at one as much as I should. I was yelling at the television quite a bit during this game because down to the wire, I mean, you saw the stat that they put on the screen where Dallas had 256 yards of offense. San Francisco had 257, and that was on the drive where we went ahead. It was a close game throughout. I was clenched and pacing. Raphael 562 Niners, sneakerhead here on the channel. The Kittle drive changed the whole momentum. Yes, it did. Kittle was so loose at the end of that game, man. It harkens back to the Joe Montana story where he spots John Candy up in the stands. George Kittle keeps the levity on the field when things can get tight, when it's the end of the game. And I think Shanahan gets a little bit tight. You need a guy like Kittle to keep things loose out there on the field. The caretaker, let's go Niners. Thomas B, another 49ers Bengals Super Bowl. No, we're on to Hurts. We are on to this. BZE saying Hurts is going to be running for his life. I sure hope so. I think today's game can teach us quite a bit about keeping our rush lanes solid. Right before Fred Warner came down with his interception, we had Dak contained, would have eventually gotten the sack, tipped the ball at the line of scrimmage. It was Fred Warner coming around, leaving his rush lane, wherein Dak was able to leak out through that hole. You cannot do that with Jalen Hurts. We do struggle with those mobile quarterbacks, and I thought having Dak leak out a couple of times on us was exactly what we needed to remind us of what we can't allow to happen next week, because Hurts will make us pay far more than Dak did with his legs. Randall Riley, Kittle the catch. J-Mac 49, also a sneakerhead here on the channel. Let's go, Rob. Send them Cowboys home. Send them home. Romeo Rich, another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. That wasn't in tune. It wasn't really on the right key either. I'm going to apologize for that. Nikki D, if the defense plays like today next week, totally have a legit chance to walk out of Philly with a W. 100%. This defense was phenomenal, forcing 2 picks in this one. Only got 1 sack on Dak, but a lot of pressures. I'll be interested to see how those pressures shake out in this one. Man, I'm telling you, what a freaking game that was. Easy 49er, what a catch. Kittle in the middle. I like that name. Kittle in the middle. Kittle in the middle was phenomenal. And it was one of the best catches I've seen in recent memory. The focus that man had on the football was insane. I love the way that the defense was flying around the field tonight. I have to acknowledge Greg is a phenomenal, Greg, whatever his last name is, the tight end who was calling the game, phenomenal broadcaster. And he was spot on about why Dallas's defense was giving us fits. The speed of Dallas's defense is incredible. The athleticism that they have, flying around the field, getting to the ball, tackling machines, that was absolutely one of the keys to the game, and how they kept it so close and why we struggled in this one. Here we go, Anthony, a.k.a. Rasta says. Crazy Otto? Yes. Woo! Brian Holm, let's go. Sorry if I blew out your speakers on that one. Justin Ainge coming in. Let's go, Niners. Let's go. Amateur Draft Scout is in the building. Catch 3 is Vernon Davis. That is true. That is true. T.O. is catch 2. Catch 3 is Vernon Davis in 2011 against the Saints. Kittle in the middle. Feels right. Raphael 562 Niners. Ray with that fumble, that was heart-wrenching. I said to myself, oh my God, that was the fumble I feared from the beginning of this season. Talked about it when we signed Ray. Hey, sounds like we got an electric returner. The fumble numbers concern me. He did redeem himself. I even sent that gift to my buddy of the Dumb and Dumber. There you go, and totally redeem yourself. Yeah, that big run back was huge on that one. Huge. Nikki D saying nobody guessed this score. It was out of nowhere, this type of game. Most people thought both offenses were cooking and would continue to do so. Christian McCaffrey was absolutely hemmed up by that Dallas D early on. And I love how we have Elijah Mitchell, the hard-charging running back, who's there to carry at the end. Yes, it was a pretty big mistake not to just fall down in bounds once he had gotten past the line to gain, once he had that first down. You got to also call out, hey, Brock Purdy, Kyle Shanahan, that's on you too, or Bobby Turner, or anyone who was in his ear needs to be reminding him of that fact. Elijah Mitchell, he should know that. Yes, I'm not giving him a full pass. And it's up to the leaders of the team to have that cool, calm, collected mindset where you're thinking about the next level stuff. And getting down inbounds is that next level stuff. He picked up the first down. That was the first critical thing to do. Phenomenal running by Elijah Mitchell. I'm not taking anything away from that. Next step, you got to have the heady play down. Troy Knoll coming in. Rob, let's go. We ended the Cowpies again. 2 years in a row, sending the Cowboys packing. Steve-O Supremo says CMC spiked his TD. Kittle fair caught it and gave it to Jerry. I love it. Crazy Otto, as an 80s kid, and the 90s, of course, the fact that it's the Cowboys makes it ever so much sweeter. Yes, it does. Always learning something new. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm glad we played Dak this week and that he leaked out and did burn us a little. For most of this game, he was the leading freaking rusher. I wonder if he ended that as the leading freaking rusher. Ezekiel Elliott's 10 carries. Zeke got 26 yards, Dak with 22. And then Elijah Mitchell, 51, Christian McCaffrey, 35. There was a point in the game where Dak was the leading rusher. Absolutely. saying, I'll kick those Cowboys for you, Rob. Bang, bang. Albuquerque Turkey coming in. What a tough game. Smash mouth football. It really was. Absolutely. M.A. Duran, were you there at the game? Says stadium was fire. It looked like it was lit. I got to say, I mean, obviously I'm jealous not being there. I'm glad now that I didn't because my pocketbook is about to be a lot lighter. Planning a trip out to Philadelphia. Got to get that booked tonight. I have not checked off Philadelphia on the map, and you know I love to do that in the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Gorman coming in. Great win, but need to put this game behind us fast and prepare for the Eagles. Yeah, we have one less day to prepare than Philadelphia does. We have to travel cross country. I'm not worried about that, but it does give a slight advantage. Kevin coming in. It's late over there. Their D was more than good. Who would have thought it was a Rocky punch for punch? The O was obsolete until halftime. And then Shanny hit the recharge button and the blocks came. Kittle, though. That Kittle catch. Yes, in the second half, the physicality of the 49ers began to wear Dallas out. Again, we've been breaking teams like that all season long. We didn't break Dallas. Dallas was tough down to the wire. And let's be honest, if Tony Pollard doesn't go down, which is the result of a physical game, but also a very unfortunate injury. If Tony Pollard doesn't go down and a few calls don't go the 49ers' way, this game may have gone the other direction. That's how close it was. Tip of the cap to Dallas on this one, man. I am not going to be talking trash. I am celebrating, but I am not pulling receipts. I'm tipping the cap. Hey, good game. And glad that they're going home. Martin coming in, game ball to Robbie Gold. Yes, the man remains a legend. Tex Ass Tickler says Vikes going to beat the Niners next year. Hey, next year, go for it. G-Bone Patron, Lenore with the pick with Warner. I love it. Lenore with the pick, Warner with the pick, everybody with the pick. You get a pick, you get a pick. The caretaker top scoring offense held to 12 points. Great job, defense. It is phenomenal. Yes, Greg Olson. Thank you. I could not remember that in real time. Greg Olson, the caretaker, has reminded me. Jesus Flores as well coming in. Chris Ray likes the name Kittle in the middle. I do too. That's the new name for this catch. Kittle over the middle is phenomenal. Blue Soldier coming in, firing, bang, bang, Niner gang. Can't wait to see Skip's face tomorrow. Yeah, pull your receipts on Skip Bayless. I'm not picking on the Cowboys fans. I'm not counting. Skip is just the absurd. Yeah, pull his receipts. Get up in his Twitter mentions. Make sure that he knows he called some BS, and we ain't having that. We ain't having that, Skip. G-Bone Patron, nice mug, Mr. Rob. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm here celebrating Nikki D. I'm not even reading that one. I can't. Martin saying game of defense. It really was. It really was. Raphael asking the question, hey, man, you headed to the next game? I am. Off to Philly for sure. Gonna have to take Monday off of work the following day so that I can come back. Yes, Philly is on the docket. Craig coming in. Strange game. It was a tense game throughout. Raphael 5629ers, thoughts on Fred Warner's play? I thought he was electric. The way in which he ran with CeeDee Lamb from the line of scrimmage, covering down the seam, unbelievable. He was all over the field, tackling machine. The only play where his aggression allowed Dak to then skirt through the hole that he vacated, he then made up the next play by his interception. So the one call out I had against him was immediately followed by a bounce back play by Fred Warner. Just amazing. Anthony Jackson says, one more makes it an early Christmas. Let's go. Let's get this thing 1 week at a time. Josh Cook coming in, sneakerhead here on the channel. Rob Schuh, hey, sir, where is your cowboy hat? I forgot about getting out the cowboy hat. Man, last year I did pull out the Stetson and threw that bad boy on. That was a celebratory moment, just thinking that I'd be foolish. This one, it was too tense to go get the cowboy hat. I did not want to jinx it in the least. I had people texting me being like, man, this looks like a good game. I did not touch those texts. I can't put any kind of kibosh on anything. Like I said, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. Thomas Luttrell, Rob, you're 1,000% correct about that Mitchell play. I went from jubilation to what the was he thinking? Also, Shanahan calling that pass play on second down instead of running was suspect too. Hey, we closed it out. And again, I'm not taking anything away from how hard Mitchell was running, but yes, somebody's got to get in his ear prior to that play and remind him, get down in bounds. We would have had a lot less stress in the last 50 seconds. Dallas would have had 10 seconds to begin. We would have seen that weird play when Jimmy Ward, how about Jimmy Ward ending that freaking game on a statement tackle? Just erupted. Was like, no, this game is over. We're going home, son. Marcus coming in. Let's go. All right. He's got more to say. Exciting game, but definitely stressful. Definitely stressful. SNC 735. The answer to this is a resounding hell yes. He says, I'm 3 hours from Philly. Should I go? Niners, baby. Yes, you should. The question is, how expensive are these tickets going to be? Luke Walsh, hot diggity dog. Alan Eliza coming back in, sneakerhead. Rob Schuh, Debo, and Christian McCaffrey were big, but Kittle came up big with that catch. Please take pics in Philly for all your fans. Kittle that like button, y'all. Appreciate that. Yes, I will be taking pictures in Philly. I will be ecstatic in Philly. I will be celebrating the fact that we're in another championship game. Back-to-back years, ladies and gentlemen. That is big. Jason Lewis coming in, sneakerhead here on the channel. Rob, what have we asked from our QB these past few years? Take care of the football, and we win. Kudos to Purdy for a clean game. Purdy continues to impress, continues to make heady plays, not make the super foolish rookie mistakes. I will say, end of the half, he was lucky that clock didn't expire, that we got that field goal away, because that field goal ended up being very important in this one. And yes, he almost cost us that. He's been so good. It is ridiculous how poised he looks for a rookie. Just unbelievable. Up to a 12-game winning streak. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, Jesus saying, hey, fuck them. That's what they get for wishing Christian McCaffrey got injured. There were just a couple of announcers, radio guys, but I get it. I get it. I can't even celebrate someone. I feel bad for Tony Pollard. You know, he had a hell of a season. He deserved to finish this game. He did. Crazy Otto. It was scary close. Dallas D played through the roof. They played their asses off. Samuel coming in. Rob, that's what the Cowgirls get for wishing. Hey, people like the karma. The karma of it. I see we've got a super chat that has come in. Kevin from across the pond says, Gold getting kicks like Oprah's handouts. You get a kick, you get a kick, and you get a kick. But that Mar miss, that's juju, baby. Hey, I will say I can't celebrate the Cowboys fans. I mean, I kind of can. I can definitely celebrate Skip Bayless suffering, and Jerry Jones. I have no sympathy for Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, I think he deserves some poor karma coming his way. I believe it's befitting what he has put out into the universe. And so I don't feel bad doing a little jig on his, I won't say grave, but I kind of just did. I'm sorry about that. That's going too far. Now I've colored my commentary. I take that. Let me walk that back. Jerry Jones, I didn't mean grave. What I meant was like this game sort of killed your spirit, and I'm metaphorically walking over that grave. Terry Wright coming in. Rob, can you break down the Cowboys' last play? God, no, but I can break down the stick that Jimmy Ward laid on that poor man, because it was supposed to get tossed to somebody else, but Freight Train Ward was headed in and just plowed through the man straight into the locker room. That's the way to end it on an exclamation point. Stivers Niners 209 show saying, Rob, tomorrow Michael Irvin and Skip Bayless are going to be mad. I actually feel a little bad for Michael Irvin. Let me say this about Michael Irvin. I don't know how you guys feel about Michael Irvin. I'd be interested to hear this. But I have gone from a kid that grew up in the 80s watching the 49ers, certainly was a passionate teenager watching the 49ers in the 90s when Irvin was at his peak. I went from a large amount of disdain for Michael Irvin to the last 5 or 6 years, finding him to be a delightful human being. I just get so much joy from watching him on NFL Network and HBO Sports and wherever he makes appearances. And the Debo chant that he had was phenomenal. Debo, whoa. He's so amazing to watch, has such great energy, and I think he'll even take this loss well. Skip, on the other hand, I have no respect for. I don't really know what quality he brings to journalism, because he tends to get in people's faces, say really nasty things, and be disrespectful to people. So to Skip, I give him the old heave ho. Truth told, not sold, says Rob. That's 12 in a row, back-to-back knockouts. Defense, defense, defense. Norm is in the house. Welcome, Norm. Ronald coming in, great win, but man, Philly will be real tough. It's going to be the toughest game that we've had since this one. It is back-to-back tough teams. I got to give the NFC East credit. Got to give him credit. Michael Gallego coming in. Rob Schuh, dry weather forecasted in Philly next weekend. That's good. Is there going to be any snow? That is my question there. Will I get to see the white powder on the ground? I mean, not, the snow. Actual snow. Andre Moore coming in, sneakerhead here on the channel. What a playoff game. A new challenge with the Eagles. With the defense clicking, we are in a good position, feeling good about this win. This run, this win, same thing. Same thing. Robert Pacheco in the building. Let's go. One step away. Bang, bang, Niner gang. One step away from getting to the Super Bowl. 2 steps away from everything we are looking for. Bullpup 33 in the stream says Big Cock Brock making that huge completion to Kittle changed the game. Yes, it did. The momentum swung wildly in our favor at that point. Wildly. Hit me with the @Rob with the comments where you're talking to me. John says, Philly is a different animal, but I believe we have another gear. Let's fucking go. Waveware. Wasn't worried, but their game plan gave us headaches. Got to give it up to Quinn for making Kyle go vanilla when I was hoping for a high score. Hey, he had a great game plan against us. The greatest 49 Cowgirls are mad, and I'm loving it. Cisco 1946, Rob Schuh Niners victory, followed by this great show, chatting with the faithful, priceless. Let's go. Let's go. Niner Faithful 5. Fred showed again why he's the best at his position. Norm coming in. Lenore has stepped it up the last 2 games. Yes, he has. Derek Swanson. Rob, are you impressed by the defensive performances by both teams, considering both DQs had so many interviews? The defensive coordinators having interviews this week was a big storyline. Someone leaked that D'Amico had one this morning. I didn't read that report by Ian Rappaport to indicate that he had one this morning, but maybe he did. I've not had that confirmed or confirmed to be denied. But yes, it seemed like a distraction. And no, the defenses were the stars of the show. You are spot on, Derek. It did not seem to faze them in the least. 420 Savage coming in. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Let's freaking go on to Philly. PA Niner fan 87, sneakerhead on the channel. Jimmy drilled him. Absolutely just destroyed him. Oh no, resident Dr. Evil. How about ESPN interviewing Jerry Jones after they lose instead of anybody on the 49ers? You know the team that actually won? What a joke. I didn't even see that. God, I got to see what Jerry had to say. Nathan Banks. Hey, Rob, what's up, man? We're going to the NFC Championship back-to-back. We got the Eagles. This is going to be tough, but I believe we could pull this off. There has to be chink in the armor. Yes, there is a chink in their armor. We will be able to find the weakness. Kyle Shanahan is infamous for finding the weaknesses in defenses and pursuing them. That is exactly what we will do. Ladies and gentlemen, Dante Daniels, Lenore is going to be targeted against Smith. Oh, Devontae Smith is going to be a tough cover. The Eagles are going to be tough. Tony, I agree, says pretty nervous going against that Eagles defense. That offense, that defense, going to be a real tough matchup. No question about it. Scott Fisher, yes, go to Philly. I'm going. I am on it. Absolutely on it. Man, this team, so much heart. This was the type of game that it's tight, tempers are flaring, and the Niners were consistently on the smart side of provoking the Cowboys. I love watching Jawan Jennings play. I love the way that he blocks. I love the way that he entices opponents, gets in their head, and keeps his cool afterwards. Man, he didn't draw a penalty in this one, but came damn close to it. And I never had a fear that he was about to do something where he lost his cool. CJ Gray, sneakerhead here on the channel. What's up, CJ? We're going to Philly. He says nothing more satisfying than beating the Cowboys. I'm telling you. Clint says, hey, hated Michael Irvin, but I love the guy. You're right. He has turned a corner. He's a lovely human being now. He was a nightmare to play against, but he is a lovely human being now. Jason, no, I don't feel bad for him. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. I do not feel bad for him. What I'm saying is I don't dislike the man. That is all I'm saying. No, I don't feel bad for any of them. They lost. That's the joy of football. John says, I respect Irving. Me too. Texas Niner in the building. Niners. Oh, we got good comments about Irvin in there. Zolksy Williams, Rob, we are not the same team as last year. The defense is real. This defense is amazing. Number 1 defense in the league. Showed out again today against a ferocious Dallas offense. Going to be a big test going up against Philadelphia. Big test. And I believe that we are up for it. Bullpup 33, Rob. Earlier in the year, Jerry Jones said he wanted to play against us. You wanted the Thunder. Well, now you got it. Quoting Wyatt Earp, I am here for it. I am here for it. John says first take is going to be lit tomorrow. I want to see the highlights. I want to see him whimpering. Wait, who's on first take? Is that the one that Skip is actually on? I want to see Skip, and I need to see Stephen A. talking trash to the Cowboys fans. Those are the two things I need to see. 420 Savage, so happy we get another week of football. Well, Dallas Cowboys fill its tissues with tears. Oh, people celebrating it. People celebrating it. Texas Niners says, I want Skip Bayless's next video. Give me tears, Bayless. Oh, here's to the hatred of Skip Bayless, who brought it on himself. Let's be real about that, ladies and gentlemen. It's not as if he doesn't deserve the smoke. My man deserves all the smoke. He brought it on himself. He said that they were just on their way to Philly as if they didn't even have a game this week, as if they didn't play anybody, had a bye coming into next week. It didn't look like a bye out there on the field. It looked like a team, a game for the ages. One of those defensive freaking pound for pound, knock your block off type of games that I love. Bore some people to tears. I think it's phenomenal football. Tony Vang coming in, Rob Schuh. How do you think the 49ers offense will do versus the Eagles defense? The tough piece is pressure right up the middle, right up the gut. That typically gives the 49ers fits. I don't expect the 49ers run game to be stymied quite as much next week against the Eagles. My hope is that we get done next week what I predicted we'd be able to do today. But I got to say I was wrong about being able to run on Dallas. Very wrong about that. Quesadilla Thrilla just coming in, leaning on the keyboard. Let's go. Yes, indeed. Brought to you by Quesadilla Thrilla 71. Jaguayo 56. Rob, next week we have to play much better. Next week versus Philly. Yeah, it's a tougher matchup. It is. And this one was a freaking nightmare. M-Dub 2000. Yo, Rob. Woohoo. We did it. M-Dub, been a little while. Good to see you. PA Niner fan 87. Rob, those tight throws from Brock are going to give me a heart attack. This whole game was fixing to give me a heart attack. No doubt about that. I was on the edge of my seat. I was absolutely pacing around. Man, Joe Mannix with a little bit of a prediction here, and maybe Sean Payton to Dallas. Oof, that would make them fierce. That would make them fierce. I'm with you, Texas Niner. I hated seeing Pollard getting injured, though, but damn, karmic actions. I won't even say that's karma because Pollard didn't do anything to deserve the karma, but I will say that I hated seeing Pollard go down. It didn't quite feel like the win that it should have been because he may have given them the edge. Looking at M-Dub 2000, what a freaking game, Rob. Gotta be impressed with no turnovers by Brock. Wow, rookie playoff game too. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I am looking forward to next week. I am looking forward to a road trip out to Philly. I am hoping to see CJ Gray out there. I'm hoping to see more of the 49er faithful, whomever is in town. You let me know. Lou saying CMC and BCB are sexy good luck charms. Bring it on. Tony, Rob, what about that Armstead hit at the red zone, though? It should have been a safety and would have put the game right away. Yes, where he hit Dak right there at the goal line and just bounced off him. Should have been a sack, should have been a safety, should have been, but we won. We won. 420 Savage, I love that. Kittle gave Rice the touchdown ball. He was so stoked. I loved it. Daryl Granville, sneakerhead here on the channel, coming in with the super chat. Outstanding game, family. Outstanding game. It was a phenomenal game. Sending Dallas home, cheers to that. Sending the Cowboys packing. A sip of water never tasted so sweet as it did sending Dallas home. Jaguayo 56, Rob, Dallas has prepared us to go against Philly. It'll be important when we get inside the 20 to score touchdowns, not field goals. That felt important today. Nick Money Meyer, bro, some questionable play calls by coach. Wished he could have called some McCaffrey screens. Could be. I mean, it was a conservative game plan. I thought Shanahan got tight, and McCarthy did too. Shanahan can go old school like that. And when he's playing an old school coach, it feels like he goes toe-to-toe in old school freaking defensive games like that. Tammy Rice coming in. Rob, you better get busy booking that plane ticket. Bang, bang, Niner gang. I am. I will book the plane and the hotel tonight. I may have to call. Dustin, are you watching? We may have to link up on a little Hyatt magic. Let's talk, my friend. Yendang, congratulations, Skip Bayless. Yeah, you brought it on yourself. Dabu Da says, Rob, what the fuck did I tell you about Lenore? I'm telling you, and people were on it. People were absolutely on it. You and Alan both. Look, Alan's right here. Rob Schuh, I'm very nervous with Philly after watching the game last night. I'm so glad we beat them boys. I have to go to work Tuesday. I'm sending my wife to Colorado tomorrow, but she is taking number 8. Yes, you make sure that you have the jerseys properly aligned, Alan. The two of you are holding it down. I want you to take credit for the fact that we were able to pull this one out today. Cisco 1946, Rob Schuh, what kind of game do you think we're going to get next week against the Eagles? We just took down the number 2 defense. I'm seeing another close game next week. The Eagles turn the ball over. No, highest sack rate. So even more pressure on Brock, even more inclination to run the football. That is going to be critical. Christian McCaffrey did not truly get going in this one. I would want to lean on him wholeheartedly. Jaguar 56 with a super chat. Rob, let's go take the NFC title. Big boy football. Bring it home with us by force. Norm's like, hey, I'm only 7.5 hours. I'm starting my drive now. Tony Vang coming in. Thank you, Rob. Let's go Niners. Let's go Niners indeed. El Papi says, was it unbelievable? Kittle was a beast. Yes, he was. Master Spin saying, hey, that thing was stressful, made me need to smoke a little extra. It was that kind of game. PA Niner fan 87. My heart rate is finally starting to drop. Yours and mine both. Down to the wire. Even giving the ball back to them one last time was very stressful. All right, I am going to be on later this week, absolutely breaking down the game at some point. You know I always just love coming on and reacting to the game with all of you, reading your reactions, and getting that interaction between the both of us. Quesadilla Thrilla, thank you so much for being here. Cheers to everybody watching now. It was a phenomenal game. We came out with the dub. My heart rate was through the roof. I was losing it at points, yelling like a lunatic. My neighbors must think I'm a crazed man. But here we are, headed to the NFC Championship game, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't hit the like button, do me that favor. Hit the like button on your way out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. There will be shows breaking down this freaking thing coming up, and I got to try and get in a mailbag. The mailbag has been the toughest show to get going since I started the new job that I'm at. Time has just been different that I can devote to this. The mailbag is the toughest one to get out. I will absolutely try to get a mailbag out. If I can on Tuesday, I will. Send your questions now to 49ersmailbag@gmail.com. 49ersmailbag@gmail.com. Going to try and make a special NFC Championship week mailbag happen. I am absolutely going to try. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has been a phenomenal show. The Niners win against the Cowboys, marching on to the NFC Championship game, sending the Cowboys home for the season, 19-12, your final score. Nobody got that prediction correct. It was a phenomenal game. Moses Martinez, no, absolutely not. I just must have missed it. If you copy and paste it before I go, I will definitely read that out. MDub2000 says, cheers, Rob. You are the man. Glad to see you again. Sorry I haven't been around. I've been managing my stress levels, so I haven't been on much. But of course, this one sent stress levels through the roof, LOL. Hey, no worries. Obviously, life gets in the way. I haven't been able to stream as much because of my own life. I get it, my friend. I absolutely get it. It is great to see you either way. Moses, sorry you didn't get that back in here. I would have loved to have read it off, just missed it. Baba Booey 126, dude, you don't even know. You don't even know. Nathan Banks, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the live stream, Rob. See you next week. NFC Championship, here we come. Bang, bang, Niner gang. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was a phenomenal show. Thank you for joining me. I will be back soon, hopefully for a mailbag, definitely for Between Two Beards, and I will be in Philly broadcasting from the stadium. You know this. I will take pictures. I will try to immerse you into the experience of the NFC Championship game. If you are going to be there or have any questions that you want in the 49ers mailbag, hit me up at 49ersmailbag@gmail.com. Till the next time, cheers, faithful.